What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about Russell Westbrook. Now, his agent says after this Utah Jazz buyout thing, it's been finalized, and now he plans on signing with the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, guys, Russell Westbrook has always had a great relationship with Paul George. Going back to their OKC days, remember that Paul George was thinking about leaving in free agency. He was actually supposed to go to the Lakers. A lot of these teams in the sweepstakes for these same players have been involved, as far as like the Lakers, Clippers, and the Thunder. A lot of those three teams have been intertwined in rumors in the last few years. And you remember he came back and they had that concert at Russell's house, and he said that Paul George was the most loyal player he's ever played with, and that was that. And then eventually after Dame, he hit the three over them and sent them home and all that with Melo and all them. Then they ended up disbanding, and Russ went to, where you go after that, Houston first, and then he went to Washington, and now he was with LA, and now we're here. And Paul George, he went to then he went straight to the Clippers. Well, no, he met Kawhi in Los Angeles after the whole Toronto Raptors run. And so we had that, right? Well, Paul George was already saying glowing things, and other Los Angeles Clippers, they were already lobbying for Russ to join them. And this is what they had to say. Check it out.
If there's somebody out there, Russell, if it makes sense, and obviously it goes with our team, we're all for it. We're all for it. We don't need a point guard. But in the same, I think we're good as well. If nothing happened, I think we got enough in this locker room to be able to make it work. But it would definitely improve our team if we had that traditional point guard. To kind of get us in things, and make the game easy, and so hopefully Russell sees this, and we figure something out.
Outside of myself, and who was most important? Probably Russ. Russ, I think, just as much as he's been through, as much, they paint the picture of him. He is absolutely one of the best dudes, one of the best people in the league. And,
I don't know.
It'd be nice to see him get decorated.
KJ, when you talk about buckets,
Now, I understand the point guard stuff. We are not like any true point guard there. And people kind of forget about Ross, like what he was. I understand like the situation he was the last couple of years. I don't blame for it, because I was tagged as the worst player in the NBA before I got here. So it depends. This is the situation. Some situations work for you, some don't. Doesn't define you as a player. Like you can reflect his whole career because of what happened the last 18 months. That happened to me. So, and he come with us. I will come in with open arms. I know he's a great player. He can help us because our situation, our team is different. So maybe it's the best situation for him. We never know. So if we do it, are we more than happy to have a player like this, because Hall of Fame, MVP, you can't really say no to that. Nobody care what happened to him, because I can't say that because the Clippers gave me a chance after what happened to me. In Charlotte. So I just hope if he come with us, and me, I'm just a regular role player. If he can have the same success as me, can you imagine how we can bring our team to the next level? So if we do it, yes, I'd be happy to, for sure.
He's electrifying, but a lot of people sit up here and don't understand. Like Russ is probably one of the best teammates that I've ever had. Like as far as like how much as a professional he is. Like a lot of people try to make him seem like he's a bad person or like, but he's.
So as you all can see, the Clippers are welcoming Westbrook and what he brings to a team with open arms. Now, this team isn't a team with a traditional point guard, and Russ isn't that by my estimation either. You know, he's a combo guard, but he's always handled the ball for his teams, and I just kind of look at him like that. With the Clippers, though, he probably have a lot of the ball handling responsibilities, and one thing that I'm told that him and his agent was actively seeking was clarity on his role, because when you go through something like he went through in LA, obviously when you bring in a player on a maximum contract with two other maximum contract players, they are expected to be out there on the floor with those guys in those critical moments. And for him to be reduced to the bench role after, I mean, obviously it wasn't working, but from a basketball standpoint, anybody that knew the game knew that that wasn't going to work anyway. With the way LeBron plays, Russ has to have the ball to get downhill. You can't just give it to Russ and have court set and expect him to make decisions like Chris Paul. That's never been his game. His game has always been to keep the defense on its heels. And so sometimes, you know, even early in his career, you know, when they had Harden and those guys, they were able to kind of mask some of his point guard deficiencies when he was at an all-time level as an athlete and speed and all of that stuff. When he was the most athletic 99% of the times when he stepped on the court at his position, and he was the quickest most of the time, you know, he was able to do that, and he played with freedom. But even the nature of KD's game, you know, KD can operate when he got a little stronger, you know, he was able to operate from the mid post a lot more and stuff. So their games didn't cross each other, you know, but LeBron plays point forward most of the time, and that takes away Russ's best attribute. If you got Russ running on the baseline and, you know, he's getting his opportunities in the half court set, that's never been his game. He's not as skilled as someone like Kyrie Irving that can do those sorts of things. So, but with the Clippers, it will be interesting to see, because I've noticed that Kawhi Leonard has gone away a little bit from what made him so great back in San Antonio, and even more so when he was at Toronto. He tries to handle the ball more, and that isn't the nature of his game. His game is to be a mid-range killer. He can shoot from three, post up, weaker defenders, but sometimes a lot of these players, they'll go to things that aren't, you know, their game. Paul George is more made to be the point forward, but it seems like PG would welcome, like, he's played with Russ, so they've had to try to figure it out and make it work. And the fact that Paul George is lobbying for Russ after this many years later, it shows the importance of relationships and what people think about other players. You know, he holds Russ in the high regard, and it shows that their separation was nowhere near on the same wavelength as him and KD's. You know, Paul George is wanting him back. And guys, the Lakers play the Clippers 6 weeks from now, so now this game has become must-see TV. And you know, if the Lakers keep winning, the retooled Lakers, if they keep winning, this could also have implications for playoff position. You know, this could be the difference. If they go on a big winning streak, for instance, this could be the difference in them playing in the play-in or them missing the playoffs altogether, you know, or, you know, having a locked in 6 seed. Say it went to the extreme and it was in their favor and they get up to a 6 seed or whatever, you know, a loss to them, it could be that tight of a race where that pushes them back to the play-in. So, man, this is going to be an eventful finish to the season. What they got, like 25 more games or something like that? And Russ just walked across the hall. That's something, man. And honestly, it's the move that made the most sense for Russ. I saw Kevin Love, you know, he plans on going to the Heat and all that, to Miami, and I was like, they played at UCLA, went to the Final Four. That may be a possibility. Add him with Jimmy Butler, Bam, and, you know, maybe. But I don't know if they want to go that direction with that contract at this. Well, he got bought out, so. But I'm not sure they want to go that direction at this stage. They would have wanted Russ probably when he first left OKC. You know, they probably would have done it then, but not now. You know, there's no reason for them to go that way. But the Kevin Love thing, you know, I thought that was a possibility, but it always made more sense for him to go to the Lakers. You know, you would hear him in Lakers interviews talking about, you know, when they would talk about how bad he was playing, he would say, well, I went to my son's game today, you know, so it was a good day, you know, pretty much saying that this basketball thing isn't everything. And it dawned on me, like, his family is set up and they're back in his home state. And if I got an opportunity where my role is favorable to me in my home state, why would I leave? You know, and I have Paul George, a former teammate I hold in high regard. I'll get to play with Kawhi Leonard. I mean, so not only does it offer the best situation for his family, but it may be his best basketball opportunity out there. And I think those two things combined, it makes it a no-brainer. But hey, man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.